a restaurant, there are two kinds of waiters. Now, we have junior and senior waiters. The hourly wage of a junior waiter and a senior waiter are $40 and $60 respectively. Now, there are four fewer senior waiters than junior waiters. If a waiter is randomly selected, his or her expected hourly wage is $48. Now, let's go find out here the first question. Now, the first question states that find the number of junior waiter and the numbers of senior waiters in the restaurant. Now, here we're going to define the variables first for the first question. Now, let's going to write out the numbers. Then here we have, so let's go write out the numbers. Here we have first, let's identify the variables. We have the senior waiter then. Okay, so we know that there were about junior minus, so the same one fewer than. There were fewer senior waiters than junior waiters. So that means we're going to have minus junior. So we have minus 4 then. Now, it says that here, the total number of waiters in the restaurant. We're going to find out the total numbers of the restaurant. So first, to get out the total number of here, let's go write it out in equation then. So we have now, as for the total waiter, we know that we're going to add the junior, then plus the senior. Now, we don't know, it means that we have less than the senior then, right? So fewer than the
Yes.
senior. So we're going to write out J minus 4 then. And simplifying it out these variables that we have, so that's going to give us equation of 2J minus 4 then. Okay. All right. So that would be now the answer for that one then. Okay, now for this one here, let's set up the expected value. Now we have the next one is we have for the wage then. So let's go find and solve for J then here for the hourly wage. Now we know that the expected hourly wage of the weighted average based on the probability of the selected on each type of the waiter. So we know that the E of here or the equivalent value for that one for the wage is we know that wage of the junior times the probability times the probability of for the junior. Okay, now we added that one for the wage of the senior and multiply that one for the probability for the wage of the senior then. Okay, so we got just write out here our expected value for each of them. Now let's write it out here. So we know that we're about 48 then. Now at first it says that there were 40 and 60. I'm just going to write out here as the wage for the senior. Okay, so we have 40 for the junior times here we know that the value for the probability for that one be J or junior over to J minus 4 then. Okay, now let's go same with the other one. For the probability for the senior then we have for the 60 and for the J minus 4 then over to J minus 4 then. Okay, so we have now our equation. Now, both sides here we're going to multiply and simplify down there. We have for 48 then. So let's go try to solve for J. Now, to solve for J, we're going to multiply both sides by 2J minus 4. So that's going to give us with, after multiplying down here, this will be cancelled. That's going to be out 48 times 2j minus 4 is equals to 40j plus, yeah, you got it right. That one as 60 times j minus 4. Okay, so we have our equation. Now, to continue out here, let's expand it out now. So that means we're going to distribute it out here. We got now here as 96j minus 192. Now, equals to still 40j. Now, for that one, the other one, that's going to be about plus 60j minus 6 times 40, that's times 4, that's going to about 240 then. Now, let's go combine it out here and simplify out the numbers then, okay? So we have 40 and plus 60, that's going to be about 100 then. So we have 96j minus 192 equals to 100j minus 240. Okay, now let's go and simplify or rearrange out to solve out for the j. So let's combine out the constants and the numbers down here. That's going to give us about 240 minus 192. Now equals down here we have 100 minus 9 100j minus 96j then. Now, to simplify that one here, we got down here as 48 equals to 4j then. And let's to simplify it out here, we have our answer as j equals to 2 equals to 12. Or we can write it out the other way around then here as j is equals to 12. Okay, now we have the numbers down. Now, let's go calculate out the number of junior waiters. So that means we have for the junior is about 12. Now for the seniors, okay, for the seniors then, we can find out here since the formula we have is j minus 4, in which we going to find out here as, to simplify it out, we know that j is 12. So we're going to minus out here as 12 minus 4, that is equals to 8. So there's about 8 seniors and 12 juniors then. Okay, so that's the answer for the letter A. Now, let's go for the letter B then. Now, for the letter B, we have, let's read out the question here. Later, some new waiters are employed. Now, two of them are senior waiters and the rest are junior waiters. After these new waiters join the restaurant, the expected hourly wage of the random selected waiter remains unchanged. Now, find the number of new junior waiters. Now, so let's go analyze out the situation now. Let's write out here we have for the B then. Okay, so B, let's analyze the situations. We know that the original group of juniors were about 12, okay, 12, and for the seniors were about 8 then. Now, we're going to have to yield out the wage is still $48 then. Now, when the new group of waiters join, the expected wage of the combined pool still remains 48. For overall average to remain completely unchanged, the new group of incoming waiter must be also an independent expected hourly wage of $48. Now, let's set up the new group then. Now, since we know there were about 2 seniors then, so we're going to write down here as for that one, we have the total new waiter then. So we know that is we don't x plus 2 because we know that we're about 2 seniors. Now, and here we have the expected wage or the wage. Now, when here, let's write out as wage. Oh, Okay, so we have a wage. So the wage is still out $48 then. Okay, now, so multiplying out here, same as for the other one, for our equation, just simplify it out further. So that's going to give us with this setup 48 equals to 40 times x minus x plus 2 and plus 60 2 x plus 2 then. Okay, now we got that one. Now let's go try to simplify for the x. To simplify for the x, we're going to multiply both sides by x plus 2. That's going to be out with 48 times x plus 2 is equals to 40x plus 120 then. Now, to simplify further for this one, to expand, we have 48x plus 96 equals to 40x plus 120. Okay, so let's go combine out the terms then. We have, for this one has 48x minus 40 equals to 120 minus 96. So that's going to give us an 8x equals to 24. And just to divide out both sides by 8, that's going to be out x equals to 3 then. Okay, so now, so that means that the number of the new waiter would be, yeah, so the new waiter would be down here for our formula is that the waiter is, that means we have x plus 2, or that means that x is, or the new waiter is 3 then. Okay, so that would be all the answers that we have